Hey everyone, you're tuning in to part 7 of Barachi. I always want to say Hunter. Barachi Assassin of Gozag. I'm Ultraviolent 4. We're about to try to get our first rune here in the Spider's Nest. 7 episodes, no rune. Feels frogman. Okay, so I'm thinking we can try this out and see how it goes. If it's too hard, not that I'm expecting it to be, but who knows these things. We could always leave this for the moment and then go do some swamp and then come back. But yeah, our +8 blowgun with poison needles seems to be extremely effective in here. We found out that one poison needle will kill most of these spiders. Not entropy weavers though. We need to hop away from him. Let's see. Okay, we've got... Actually, dodging's at 11. I think I probably should have stopped at about 10 or so. We're never going to have amazing dodging in a heavy armor like a chainmail, but you get pretty good returns out of about 10 or so. Past that, I don't know. I mean, if you're playing a 15 rune game or something like that, maybe. But for the moment, I think we'll stop. So what are we training? Fighting? Yeah, you always want that. We're focusing our shields to get rid of our shield penalty, and we're doing some armor. Other things we could do a bit of evocations. We've got a +1 aptitude, as well as a wand of clouds, which is very powerful with a bit of evocation skill. Otherwise, we could train some more throwing. Or we could also do more swords. I don't know, that's not the worst idea. I'm thinking for swamp, unless we somehow find a flaming sword here in Spider, which I think is unlikely, our plan is probably going to be to ditch our shield and wield this great sword of flaming. And that has a min delay of skill 20. So we could train our swords to 20. It's probably not worth it. Just thinking, how hard is swamp going to be? Maybe not the worst. We've got pretty good AC. We've got our poison, and we swim, so we're not bothered by water. Let's get back around the corner, and let's put on our ring of resist corrosion. Set a +2 evasion against this guy. Yeah, alright, let's go. Alright, those guys are a lot less crazy now that they don't corrode you quite so crazily. Alright, and I didn't make a decision. I talked about all the skill training possibilities and then actually just completely hedged my bets and picked none of them. Or we could keep training this, that's another possibility too, I suppose. Nah, I actually don't mind training a bit of evocations here. We also have a wand of paralysis. So even just training 5 skill points of evocations or so will really boost the spell power of paralysis. The wand power, not spell power. You're gonna die. I really like when you have reflection and you reflect back the orbs of destruction at orb spiders. Or anything really, that's very satisfying. Quick food check. 2 bread rations. Sounds like plenty. A human can last what, 3 weeks without food? 3 weeks or a month or so? I mean, I guess we're a frog, I'm not sure how frogs work. Maybe they get hungrier. Hopping takes a lot out of you. Yeah, Emperor Scorpion, he is poison resistant, so he's not one that we could try our poison needle shenanigans on. They hit very hard, even when you have 32 AC. Yeah. For low level AC characters, you cannot let them get on top of you. And basically anyone without our poison, I don't know, if you don't have our poison and you're here in Spider 4, you're probably, I don't know if I want to say brave or insane. Or, I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so we definitely do not want to fight two of them. So I'm going to dig a kill hole here, which lets us funnel in these guys one at a time. And I'm going to test out our 1.3 skill of Invocations, and we're going to chuck down a cloud. And we got freezing. There you go, that's very helpful. Whoops, accidentally. I wanted to hit the jumping spider below us, and I accidentally walked us out of the clouds, or away from them. If you're not going to walk in the freezing clouds, you're going to get poisoned. Yeah, that was pretty good. That's another way that we can deal with hydras, freezing clouds, although again not a very economical way of doing it. Okay. Moth of Wrath, extremely scary with Emperor Scorpions. If you ever see a Moth of Wrath and an Emperor Scorpion, you need to be fear scrolling it or something like that. Or, I don't know, getting away is another good way to do it. Shields to 12. Man, this is a lot of Emperor Scorpions. We're kind of hurt for this one. I'm pretty confident we could still fight him. Okay, actually, I'm very confident. Because we have... Oh, we're not wearing our gloves. That's an oversight. But we have Guardian Spirit, which lets us have 27 extra HP when we have full magic. But still, we're a bit hurt. Let's Confusion Needle him. He's a Ghost Moth. We do not want both of them to be hitting us. Ghost Moths are the counterplay to our Guardian Spirit because we passively lose all our mana points to it. We're also getting really poisoned. Let's cure out of that. And I think let's put down... Maybe actually we could just fire a Wand of Acid. Okay, let's check our log. The Board of Acid hits something and corrodes something. Okay, so our Ghost Moth's corroded and then it dies. Good. The charges on our Acid Wand are less valuable than the charges on our Wands of Cloud. So, if I don't need to, I'd rather not use the Cloud. Oh yeah, right. Let's put our gloves on. Who likes free AC? I do. I don't know why we just went into who loves the Quickie Mart, but just kind of happened. Who loves the Quickie Mart? Alright, we haven't seen our Invoke yet, but... Oh wait, yeah we have. There are our walls there. I'm gonna guess that this isn't one that has a door in it. Because the number of Emperor Scorpions that we've fought would be indicative to me of what you'd expect to see in the Invoke. Yeah, this does seem like an open one. Actually, no, I'm not sure yet. This is the 4th or 5th Emperor Scorpion. Getting hungry. We're near starving. Oh, we got 3 bread rations. It's like they never run out at all. You're gonna tick out surely. Where's the block? This does seem like it. Ooh, Entropy Weaver. Okay, so this tile's kind of, I don't want to say, I do want to say deceptive. So Entropy Weaver tiles don't update to show you if they're carrying a weapon, which is extremely dangerous because these guys are absolutely busted with weapons. So this Entropy Weaver we've seen with a Rapier of Venom, he has 4 regular attacks. So he gets to hit. I think that's how it works. Maybe not. Maybe they changed it. Because it says here he can hit for 3 times for up to 17 damage. And then once for up to 17 plus the Rapier. Okay. Maybe that's different. But I'm pretty sure the way that used to work is that they just got their weapon on every one of their 4 attacks. Still, Entropy Weavers are scary. So, I'd still pay them respects. Pay them respects, press F. But I would still give them respect even with a weapon, even if they only swing once with it. So, I think we're going to put Corrosion on. And he's much less dangerous when he's just deciding to throw rocks at us rather than walk up and hit us with all his attacks. And then let's try Confusion. I'm pretty sure these guys can't swim either, so if we confuse him next to this deep water, he's likely to just fall in. He resisted. Yeah, there we go. He went away from the water. It's too clever. And he's back. Good. He had it. That guy had a potion of ambrosia, a scroll of recharging, a rapier of venom, stones, and a leather armor. Who were you? He's the king of the Entropy Weavers, it seems like. Ah, so no, it was open. I thought so. It didn't make sense that we had seen so many Emperor Scorpions when most of them lock all the 4 enemies in. 11 poison needles. Hell yeah. I'm curious enough about this dagger to... Oh, we do have 1 identified to see. A plus 10 dagger with 2 points of MR. Okay, well that replaces this one. Yeah, good. So we have a way to get 3 points of MR? Sweet. So that's banished level. So that means if we see something like a, I don't know, a wizard, we could put that dagger on and then just throw javelins at him. And we probably won't get banished. So that's our first rune. Time to go to Swamp. They're just flaming. It's just this great sword. The other, this is a plus 10 dagger of piercing. Like, if we want to keep our shield, we could hit Hydras with that as well. Actually, I'm going to try that first. Let's keep our shield. We can switch between the Singing Sword and then the Dagger Sork whenever we fight Hydra. And if that's not good enough, as in the dagger's too slow at killing them, we're going to switch to using the Great Sword of Flaming. Food check. Got 2 bread rations. What's on our shopping list? I don't remember anymore. Plus 2 pair of boots with minus MR. Well, the 2 points of RF are great, but MR minus is not. Is it time to buy shops again? I'm thinking we're almost certainly going to have to buy food at some point. Almost certainly. And what are we after? MR, really? I guess a... Oh, let's also get rid of the corrosion resist ring again. I guess a jewelry shop would be very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Alright, and I have no regard for where I put my shops. I see some people, they like to put all their summon shops in one particular spot, or they like to make patterns with them, but I just call them in wherever I happen to be. Alright, so we got a jewelry shop for 1400, or we could go weapon, food, or armor. Well, we said we definitely wanted, we do definitely want food, but we also want a jewelry shop, and that's just as expensive more or less as the food shop anyway. So I'm gonna go with that one. Okay. So we found the Amulet of the Air. Gives you RLEC, repel missiles, and +5 evasion. But at the same time makes you inaccurate. This is a good amulet, but Faith does nothing with Gozag, so it's really just RLEC. And our MP +9 if we don't have... Oh wow, look at this ring. If we don't have the... Okay, so this shot was amazing. If we don't have the Guardian Spirit on, MP +9 does nothing. Alright, so get to mark some of these things. The Arc Corrosion RF MR ring is amazing. The Amulet of the Air is really good as well. You might think that inaccuracy is really bad, and especially in the early game it is, but once you've got, once you're skilled in a weapon, your accuracy is pretty high even with inaccuracy. I feel like if anything that would affect our blowgun much more than it would affect our longsword. This ring's also pretty good. It's a +4 slaying ring. And then we've got another protection from magic ring, and wizardry strength +3 is not that exciting. So there's a bunch of really good jewelry here. Can we buy any of them now? Probably not, because we might be about to run out of food, and we need to have roughly 1600 gold to call another merchant. So maybe the jewelry shop pick wasn't great there. Okay, yeah, I guess it wasn't. Yeah, because I would really like to buy a bunch of this actually. But even just the Amulet of the Air would be pretty great. But we're gonna need to keep at least 1600 gold just in case we're starving. Alright, so probably not a great idea. Again, don't ever take financial advice from me. You can see how bad I am at saving. Speaking of which, we're getting hungry, so we're down to our last bread ration. Alright, so I guess we can kind of plan a little bit for the inaccuracy amulet. So I think if we get evocations to about, let's say 6, so another 3 points of that, and then we could start training a little bit more long blades and a little bit more throwing, and that will help. That will help for the accuracy part, or the inaccuracy part rather. A wand of disintegration. Definitely don't need that. Does not dig. And it's too late to actually be very useful. Okay, these Tyrant Leeches can really take you by surprise because their attacks can vamp you. So they look like they're nearly dead, and then they just start stealing all your HP. And then you are dead. Fog. Teleport. We used to be struggling for teleport, now we're up to 9. Okay. I think after this, after we do Swamp, probably head into Elf maybe. Because there's usually a lot of gold in Elf. Book of Transfigurations, no. You don't want any of those. Singing Sword sings an ear-splitting high note. Actually, why are we carrying Brilliance Potions? I just noticed that there's one there. Is there any reason for us to have Brilliance? I guess if we really want to apport something, it could work. Okay, there's quite a lot of stuff at this stair and a swamp dragon. I'm gonna pick a new one because the swamp dragon can trample you off the stairs. And yeah, we're gonna keep stair dancing. There's gonna be a lot more of that with all the noise that the singing sword makes because it's gonna attract lots of enemies to the stairs all the time. But that's a good thing. It's like when you're strong, I actually like the noise that Quaz makes because it lets you always stay near stairs. I ain't afraid of your poison clouds. No, okay, apparently we're not afraid of the shambling mangrove. The insubstantial wisp helped a bit by static discharging him, but still, we basically just two-shot him. Identify, we have nothing to ID. Alright, we need space again. The good old 52 inventory minigame. What is our least useful item? Scrolls of enchant armor we can grab on the way out. It said brilliance is only really useful if we really want to cast. Application, that's not very useful. Well, not that one. Fanagales is useful. It might not seem like it right now, but for someone who's slow, the ability to blow enemies away from you at a stair can be super clutch. Okay, let's drop brilliance. Fine. Ow. Tyrant Leeches, man. Uh-oh. We're near starving again. We're approaching our last bread ration. Wait, I don't need to fund more shops. There's more food to buy in the last shop. Oh man. Yeah, what am I talking about? God, saving our gold. Who does that? Also, here's a meat ration just in time. Yeah, what am I talking about? Wait, we could be buying stuff. What's best? I really like the Arc Corrosion RF MR ring. But I also really like the Amulet of the Air. Let's wait on the Amulet of the Air a bit. Also, let's throw some tomahawks as he approaches. Get out our dagger. And let's see if this works. It works pretty well. Okay. So I guess we can dagger hydras. Because we have 16 long blades which cross trains back to short blades, we can swing at min delay with a dagger, even though we only trained it a bit at the start. More meat rations. Wow. I don't know, who was even worried about food? Was it me? Yeah, it was me. Book of Frost. None of those things we want. Alright, on to Swamp 3. Seems to be going fairly well so far. We've only seen that one single Hydra, which is really the main thing I was worried about in here. And more bread. That one I'm not going to eat because we're already pretty full. I don't know, I mean this is not something you normally think about, but I don't want to overeat, if that makes sense. As in, once you're engorged, you can't get more nutrition. Full's probably fine actually, but I'm just going to hold it. Another Wand of Clouds. That's really, really good. We're going to pick that up. Actually, let's identify it. It's got another 3 on it. But we do definitely want that. It's so hard. We have too many things. All the throwing ammunition and all the needles. And now we're training evocations, so we want to carry wands around. It's too hard. It's way too hard. Let's drop vulnerability. Those very interesting decisions. Wow, okay. So Hydra actually just does not hurt us. We've got 34 AC, decent evasion at 10. It's not that decent. A bit of evasion and some shield. Yeah, 10 evade's pretty bad actually. It's really hard to not just automatically want to run out of the water when fighting. I'm so used to just trying to avoid that penalty that even as a frog, it's still ingrained. So rather than slowly walking past these trees, getting berserked, I think I want to hop down. I don't know what's down here. It could be crazy, but I'm willing to take that risk. You only live once. Let's get off the trees though. Good. On to Swamp 4. This has been a pretty straightforward swamp. Normally it's the branch you do first. It's usually considered the easier one. So because we've already done Spider, we're quite strong in terms of swamp. Alright, so it looks like our vault's up here. And our singing sword is gonna continually pull everything. Oh, not the blowgun. Okay, there's a fire dragon up there. So it's probably the fire themed one. Any day now. So rude of them. So for the fire one, you'll usually see a couple of fire dragons, you'll see some lindworms, sometimes, or most of the time, some fire crabs. So you want to have some RF. We've got a ring of protection from fire. We could go pick up this Arc Corrosion RF MR ring. No, we can just put the RF ring on. But the best thing about getting the fire one is it means that you're not getting learning. Because learning does not spawn on this one. Please no push. Pushed. Typical. How about we put down some clouds? I'm going to use the one that's... Oh, we got poison. No, we got mephitic clouds. Okay, that's not very exciting against all these monsters. The swamp dragons are poison, as are the fire dragons and the swamp drakes. Yep. So mephitic is pretty useless against those guys. All the swamp dudes are becoming massive dudes. Let's go another cloud. Try again. We got mephitic again. Okay. This is basically just what happens at relatively low Evo. Let's go one more. Okay, we got cold. That's good. Especially on the dragon, who's vulnerable to cold. That is an enormous slime creature. Can hit for up to 88. I really don't want to take 88 damage. Can we do anything to it? A 44% chance to paralyze it with our wand. That seems pretty good. We didn't get it, but he got confused. Alright, and then he split. So we're okay. This is the downside of the singing sword. When you get pushed off the stairs and then you bring the whole floor to you. One of Clouds to the rescue again. Got cold second time. Okay. Focusing the Hydras. Okay, and I think we are probably good. No, here comes a fire crab and some molten dudes. What am I worried about? I'm not really worried. I could just blink back up and then go up these stairs. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Hop up. Oh yeah, wow. The whole vault is definitely coming. Alright. Which is okay, as long as there aren't swamp dragons around to push us off the stairs. Right, and we get a nice little hallway here. Dagger for the Hydra. Oh, they keep doing that. In my mind, when I swap from the dagger, using apostrophe, I'm going to the singing sword, but it's always the blowgun. I'm going to pick the other stair because everything's sort of crowding around. What is this? Okay, I thought we were sort of trapped in. I meant this stair though. Let's take these guys up. They do two things. Not only do they berserk all the trees around you, but when they die, they mite everything else on screen. So you definitely don't want to kill those when there's a bunch of Hydras around, if you can help it. Here comes the Swamp Dragon. Please. Oh, he pushed us off immediately. Okay. We could just blink back up. Let's start this fight. A whole bunch of fire crabs coming. Also, I'm tabbing the Hydra. Let's not do that. Oh god. Okay, so we made him an 8-headed Hydra already. I think we're going to hop up. And we'll pull something with us. Yeah, these guys. Can't let the Swamp Dragon get on top of us. Shields to 14. We've only got one more. Okay, well we had a bit of mercy there. I don't want to fight these all at the same time though. Got a nice little choke point here. 218. Let's go more strength. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll find a shop that has a crystal plate armor in it. Look at these fire crabs. It's starting to look like a triple crab. This vault can be really good if you're after fire dragon scales, but not with Gozag. Getting hungry again. Another wand of acid I don't think we need. Oh, and also our empty wand of clouds we can ditch. At this point, we may as well just free up an inventory slot and then we'll recharge the other one when it runs out. Invocations to 6, that's where we said we'd stop. So we'll get our shields to 15 and then we'll train some more long blades and throwing. See, all these bats got mited. Let's not tab the Hydras. Jogren. Okay. Alright, so we've got a double MR ring on, in which case his chance to petrify us is really low. That's probably what we need to do, because without it, I feel like he's going to have a really high chance. So things you want to do when you see Jorgren. First of all, put on your MR. Second of all, fly. He does much less shatter damage to you if you are flying. And then, do we just jump on top of him? Okay, we don't have any scrolls of silence. I was thinking the other way we could do it is hop on top of him, read a scroll of silence, and that way then he'll never cast. But this works. He hasn't shattered at all. There you go, there's one. Doesn't hurt much when you're flying though. Cool. Don't do it. Near starving. Oh no. Down to our last bread ration. You are starving. There we go. Last one. That is many slime creatures. 9 of them. We're kind of fighting them in the open. So, they're not... Okay, good. As long as they're not all combining, we're okay. Good old shields. That's another thing that see people worrying about a lot. So technically... oh, more food. Let's go blowgun. Okay, so the way that it works is, as every time you block in a turn, your chances of blocking additional attacks lower. And again, on Reddit, you see people worrying about shields all the time, but that's one of the reasons that get given, that they're really bad against packs of enemies. But I don't think that's true. Oh, okay, so we did find bread on this floor and fruit. Great. So then we're fighting a massive amount of slime creatures and a royal jelly. But we still were blocking a lot. What I'm trying to say is that shields are not bad, that's all. And don't worry about the fact that shields effectiveness diminish as you take less attacks. Like, you can know that and that's fine, but you don't have to think, oh no, it's a group of enemies. Like, I don't know, my shield's not going to work, I have to take some sort of countermeasures. No, don't worry about that, just use the shield. It'll still block. You'll still reduce your damage. Alright, so we've got 2 runes. How about that? We went from none to 2. That's amazing. Alright, we got almost 4,000 gold. So we said we were going to go into elf. So I think we definitely want to pick up the Arc Corrosion RF MR ring. It's good to have on all the time. So for any banishers we see, we'll want to pull out this dagger to get 3 points of MR to not get banished. But the thing is, a lot of the elves can actually hex you. So that the deep elf archers, not the master archers, just the regular archer you see all the time, they can confuse you. So if you have no MR, you're going to have a really rough time. So we're going to want to have that on just generally against regular elves, and then we'll pull out the dagger for banishers. I'm going to drop that +2 evasion. It's really not that exciting compared to the other rings we have. 3,000 gold. I think I would like to have the Amulet of the Air. Even if we're not ready to wear it just yet, it's a good way to get our lek should we need it. And switching amulets is fast, like all jewelry. So have a look here for time. The previous thing that you do, if we switch amulets between Guardian Spirit and Amulet of the Air, it takes 1 turn to do. So it's like all jewelry. You can use it to swap your resistances around when you see monsters of that type. Alright, and I think that's all we want to do. Don't want to spend any more gold than this for the moment. Maybe we should be saving. Alternatively, we could just buy the MR ring and then we could not worry about the dagger at all. I'm going to say maybe. Let's do Elf 1 and 2. There's quite often shops in Elf 1 and 2, so we might want to spend our gold there. And then we'll assess if we want to come back with the MR ring once we get to Elf 3. Alright, let's go. Where's our food shop? It's on D15. We got 2 bread rations, that's pointing. Let's just head to Elf. Oh wow, so immediately met with a demonologist. So that's a great start. Alright, well I'll just not deal with it now. How about that? I'll tease you a bit. You have to come back if you want to see this one. So we'll be doing at least Elf 1 to 2, and then maybe Elf 3. I feel like whenever I say we'll start Elf 2, we end up finishing it. And then we'll be going into vaults. So, let's see for that one. Bye.